Okay, welcome to the Lobo Den podcast. We have one of my favorite people in comedy, Jim Flannigan. The last time I saw Jim was he did his album recording. It was amazing. It's going to come out in the fall. He's a host of What Do We Do with Hari Rao, also co-host of All Over the Place with Pat McGann. Pat McGann, one of the best comics in Chicago. His special is coming out July 28th. Anyways, we talk about quarantine breakups, quarantine comedy, doing floattanks, rebasing, not him, my dad's guns, losing $20,000 one night gambling. There's a cool story with Mike Singletary from the Bears, 84 Bears. Yeah, but check out his album coming out in the fall on his social media at Jimmy Flan for at the Lobo Den podcast on IG. Any questions, DM me, ask the Lobo Den. I might do like a voicemail line. But yeah, check out the Lobo Den.
Lobo Den, 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 Lobo Den. It's the Lobo Den.
Okay, welcome to welcome to the Lobo Den podcast. Today we have Jim Flannigan, everybody, with a beard and longer hair. You have I've been in quarantine too. Okay, so I see we both have a beard, but I shave mine. I have longer hair, right?
I know this was an attack show. How are you? Just coming at me.
It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time, dude.
It's been a long time.
I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you since your album recording. I didn't want to bring that up yet.
It's the last time we were allowed out in the world. It's one of those weird time. Like it's just such a weird reminder of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was. Is that the last time?
It was the weekend before. I did a couple of randoms. I did Still Not Friday the following Thursday, and then did like a random thing in Iowa when they didn't believe it yet. That Saturday.
Yeah.
Around here, people were already starting to shut down, and they were like, "We're fine."
I did.
They're like, if anyone brings COVID, it's you. And
no, I did.
Okay.
My last show was at I was doing time between punk rock bands in Kenosha. So.
Oh boy, where at? Not the
Hat Tricks. Hate Tricks or Hat Tricks or Hat Tricks. Yeah, Paulie and them. Actually, Jordan Paulie put it together, but then he's like, "I'm not doing it. Sorry, but like this COVID, like I just don't think it's safe, and I don't think they should be doing it." Like, and the punk rock dudes.
But he did it.
He didn't do it.
Oh, he didn't do it, but he still put it on.
The dudes, the punk rock dudes,
That's
was
awesome.
like, "Whatever, bro. Like, just bring a mic if you want."
So
and I
punk
messaged him the day of the show, and I was like, "Hey, I'm kind of sick. I have a fever. Like, I was sick. I don't know. I don't think I had COVID. Everybody thought they had it, but
right?
Yeah, like everybody was really sick in December, the sickest they ever been. Like, oh yeah, get out of here.
Like permanent lung damage. I really think I had it. Like no one.
No, did you have it? Do you think you had it?
No.
Do anybody who had it?
I do. I really do. I know a lot of people, and we need to take it seriously.
Were they Mexican?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
I know. More attacks from Giovanni. This is right off the bat.
Look, I live in Joaquin, which is a more brown area, urban. Can you say urban? See, whatever. Anyways, you don't respond to that. All right,
I'm not
you have
respond to a lot.
A day job, a comedy
career.
We're
each other's demographic, and I love that about this episode. So that's the best part about this. That's why I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
Well, because nobody in Joaquin listen.
I'm not promoting this. I can't. I have a career. I can't. You know, I run a clean ship, Giovanni. There's a real nice facade about a Jim Flannigan.
The clean comedian,
to keep that
right?
going.
The clean.
I hate that.
Do you hate that, right?
So I'm not. I mean, but I'll do clean corporate shows, and someone picked it up and put it in an article, which was
the
nice.
article.
But then, so people Google it, and what comes up is that article, and so. Like, I had, email a dude from, the Daily Herald to be like, hey, I really appreciate you writing this article. Can you take out the word clean from the blog? And he's like, what? I'm like, it's my album recording. I'm going to swear.
Yeah.
You know, they put me in as, a clean thing to do that weekend. You know, family entertainment. That's a little different, so I try and shed that whenever.
But it was. I'll say this now. I had really fun. You had a great album recording. I had really good fun. Man, it's hard for me to be genuine, but I am, dude. It's hard for me. Like feelings.
Is that because of the broken ribs? Is that why you can't be? Oh,
they might not be broke. I got the X-ray today. But,
okay.
Well, I didn't go for 2 weeks, right? So 2 weeks, 6/24 when recorded. But that's when I got in a car accident with a Polish lady.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know Polacks.
Okay.
But look.
just need a little buzzer every time I say something. Another reason I can't promote this
It's just me.
episode.
It's all me. It's all me. No, it's hard to laugh. Hold on. And laying down hurts.
I believe that.
But it, like, finally, like, I went to the doctor because my mom was like, "Can you go to the hospital? Can you go?" And I was like, so I scheduled it, and today I got off work early. And then I thought, actually, you know what? I thought it was good. I felt stupid being there because I was like, man, actually, the last 2 days I healed up better, and I didn't feel a lot of pain. And then I sat there and I was like, oh, I feel stupid. Why did I even come? And then he's like, he touches me. He's like, does it hurt? Like, no. But then he lays me down and touches me. And then it's like, oh, wait, maybe I do have injuries. So they sent me to that. He's like, I think you have broken ribs. So they sent me to the, or at least they're at least bruised, maybe broken. And he sent me to the hospital. I waited 2 weeks because I don't know. Are you like that? Do you like refuse to go to the doctor unless you're dying?
No, I mean, like, I don't make it a point to go. You know what? I'm really bothering me first. I don't know why I sat directly at this camera, not at you. I feel like I'm at a weird angle here now. I'm sorry, because cameras. It's just been bothering me. I just looked up there.
Are you looking at yourself?
No, I was like sitting like this, like I was posing for a portrait, talking to you, but I was for some reason seated toward that.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. No, I don't like to go, you know. But I don't wait until there's it depends on the injury.
And I have health insurance, you know what I mean? And then actually I'm a health insurance, my car insurance is covering all of this for me to even go, but I'd still like, I was at the hospital, I was like, are you okay? You want to go to the hospital? I was like, nah, I'm fine. And then it's, I don't know. I don't want to go. I'm not scared.
I have a low pain tolerance, I would imagine. So if when something's severe, I'm going to go right away. But if it's not severe, I'll put it off into the last minute.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not in a rush.
Have you broken bones? Have you broken bones?
I did. I broke an arm.
How?
Yeah, 2015.
Why? You gonna fight?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I got into a fight after a podcast went bad. And host was attacking me about being Mexican. And I was like, why would you do that 3 seconds in? He was like, nice beard.
It is nice. I like it. I want to hug you.
I like it.
I do.
Yeah. So, but that was a one-time arm break. I didn't go to the hospital right away. I waited a few hours because I was, you get this like rush of adrenaline, like when it first happens, and so the pain isn't so bad. Like you start tingling. It's what I would imagine Mario feels like when he gets the star. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that Mario,
it goes through his body.
I thought you were talking about the
Who'd
chef.
you think? Yeah, Mario Batali.
Yes.
When he when he gets the star.
like a Michelin rating. No, I don't know. Okay.
Okay. I don't pick
okay. I don't pick up on things very well. Okay.
No, that's good. Like Mario, Luigi's brother.
Yeah.
I don't know their last name.
The Japanese Italian guys.
Oh yeah. I don't know their last name. Did we ever get their last name?
Is that cultural appropriation?
I don't.
Whatever. Yeah. Did you know crosswalks? We'll go back to your broken arm, but crosswalks are now racist. Anyways, you broke your arm. I just saw an article like why crosswalks are racist. Anyways, getting back, you broke your arm and you felt tingling like Mario getting the star. Then you finally went to the hospital.
But when it first happens, yeah, you get this rush of adrenaline and you're not feeling anything. And then a few hours later, you're like, oh, I can't move my arm. Okay, it's about time we need to do something about this.
Did you get a full cast?
So mine was broken right at the shoulder. So it wasn't a cast. I was actually in more of like a
sling.
Yeah. Because it was right up here. So
how'd you break it?
I tripped. I fell. I landed on the shoulder. It was just a freak thing. And
was it in the winter? Hopefully.
It was not in winter. It was indoors. It's long. This isn't something I can do a ton of speaking about. But I don't know. But it broke and it sucked and it was. Did
you gain weight?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was like prime. Getting like I was in better shape coming, and I was still pretty new back to comedy. I think it was a couple years back into it, but that was prime.
So you performed with a broken arm for a few weeks?
I had to for a couple months. Yeah.
Wait, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed. It was my left arm.
Oh, okay. So it didn't affect your technique, right?
I mean, doesn't mean you're righty for everything. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who are like, I'm righty, but I shoot pool lefty.
Well, you can't do act-outs then, right? You don't do act-outs.
My mic, I had to change which arm I held the mic in, which changed like both of my act-outs.
Oh, it is?
Like I had to mirror them on the other side.
Oh, okay, okay.
Not a lot, but yeah. I had one where I could look off to the side, and it was like, oh, man, I got to do everything the opposite now. I got to look that way instead of this way.
No, you're half Mexican, you were saying, right? No, we didn't. Did we establish that? You're half Mexican. Is your dad Mexican?
My mom.
Oh.
My mom is Mexican.
Oh, no, that does make sense.
Mm-hmm. My dad was
Wait.
Flannigan.
No, they both make sense if your mom was not Mexican. Your mom's Mexican. Your dad's white?
Yep. Absolutely. He was Flannigan. She was Gutierrez.
Oh, God. Yes. That's how it works, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then...
I did a bit about it early on that actually I did on the recording just to get it out there. I'm very back and forth on using it. But, like, it's not something I grew up with the best experience. My half-brother is named Armando Dominguez. And so he and I had very different childhoods together.
Like Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen.
Much like
You're
them.
Charlie Sheen.
Much like them. Yeah. But, like, without the fame, just the issues.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if they were poor from the western suburbs, that'd be us.
Where would you guys grow up?
Glendale Heights?
I don't know.
It's not. It's near where he grew up, but it wasn't the...
Oh, okay. He grew up in Wheaton. He's already said on the podcast, so we can...
He's a Wheaton guy.
Oh, okay. I tried to drive to Wheaton one time for a girl.
Every story you've ever told me, the first line of it has ended with "for a girl."
It does.
And I'm always like, all right, now I'm in. Now let's get in. I know it's going to be good.
She was an older chick I met at a bar, and then, I don't know, I was driving to Wheaton, and I don't even know what happened. I don't know, dude. But I didn't meet her up, but I'm trying to change my ways. Man, do you have a lady?
I don't. I'm single right now.
But you weren't single, right, recently?
I wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just went through a bit of a, I don't know. If
was it a quarantine breakup? Or?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
That's a weird.
Were you guys living together?
No, we did not live together. We did not live together.
How long were you guys together before the quarantine?
I don't know. About a year.
Okay.
But like your whole life changes. Like you're used to going on dates and doing things together. And then it just turns into like, oh, we're just going to sit here again. Is that it? We're just going to sit here and like, you really have to come to terms with how you feel about each other.
Okay.
I think at that point, like all the distractions are gone. You know what I'm saying? And you just, it's fine. We're great friends. It's good.
Okay. So it was not violent. Not violent.
It was not
mentally,
violent. No,
mentally.
Thank you for asking. No, thank you.
Mentally
for,
violent.
What the hell are we on?
Mentally violent, non-physical violence.
How many episodes have been used at court at this point? How many of your episodes have been used as evidence?
I hope I don't lose my job.
And,
There's no rule. I don't talk about cocaine anymore.
Okay, good. Well, you're doing great.
Okay, so that's because it's like there's two ladies that work this. Hi, Shelly, and I think Tabitha, was it Shelly and Tabitha? They started listening, and it's like, so now it's like, I got to cut that out, right? Because I feel like, it's, cocaine's looked at, it's looked down upon, right? Bing. It's looked at, because it's like, oh yeah, I smoked a joint. Okay, you can get away with that, right? But it's like, okay, I did some bumps, and they're like, it's not even, anyways.
Right, like, first of all, what does that mean? What are bumps? That's what they're asking. Never mind.
Okay.
We'll go.
Yeah, it's just a bump. Like you take a key. You just get
a thing that wasn't working.
Like, okay, let's say you have $1 bill, right, and you have cocaine in it.
I'm used to bombing on that side of the studio.
Hey.
Not over here. No, not over here. Like, this is very new to me. I've never sat on this side before. This is a new experience.
Lines are for drug addicts and people that do a lot of cocaine or people that have a lot of money. Bumps, you just take a key bump. You take a key or an ID, and you take a little bit, and you put one in each nostril.
Bumps are just for pals, right? Just for friends? Just who are they for?
It's like an espresso shot or something.
Oh, okay.
Like that. Do you drink coffee?
Little taste? I do drink coffee.
Okay, same thing.
After a nice meal, they're like, Mr. Diaz, would you like a bump?
Dude, that would be, hypothetically, because I don't talk about cocaine on this show anymore because I have a job, but that would be cool to somebody else.
All right.
That isn't me. But anyways, so you're half Mexican and redheaded.
Yeah. I didn't have the experience. Oh God, that's a fun.
He's a half Mexican redhead.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I don't even know. I'm not half. I'm part. My mother's father is 100%. My grandmother is of mixed descent with Cherokee Indian, and but yeah, my grandfather, my brother, my mother all spent a lot of time down there. I did not. I was, and not even for that reason. Like I think we would have. But my mother, around the time I was born, became agoraphobic.
That's when you can't leave the house, or you don't want to leave the house?
Can't leave. Yeah. That's when
so how old was she?
I would guess 35.
Okay. Hey, 25. I'm 36. Oh 25. No. Okay.
Which isn't, it's like you try, you can leave the house occasionally. You just can't do it consistently.
Do you know what she was scared of?
Everything. I don't. It's
because it's like you can get in an accident.
But there's always things behind it for anyone, right?
Okay.
But yeah, and then and she was basically, she was the one raising us. So I started talking about that, and like to like me, a quarantine is not a problem. Like we've
Quarantined your whole life.
We've been prepping for this since Dad moved out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like this is just how we do now. Yeah, no. That's such a weird thing too.
Dad or dads? Because your mom was she really married? You have a joke.
Yeah.
Your mom is something. I'm not gonna. Olympics, but
yeah,
they postponed the Olympics.
They did postpone the Olympics.
So this relates to your
because
mom.
my mom is why they postponed the Olympics. God, I hope she doesn't ever hear this.
My mom doesn't know English well, so
she'd be like, "They're right. The Olympics are my fault. I don't know what I did. I'm never going outside again." Yeah, no, she has been married a bunch of times, and that's all real. Yeah, my dad was number 3. So 2 before, 2 after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she married now?
Yes, currently.
Okay, this one has been
still going.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's work. All relationships are work, Giovanni.
I know.
Sometimes you gotta drive to Wheaton. Sometimes you gotta drive to Wheaton every day for the rest of your life. That's just how it is.
I drove from East Lansing for a chick, like 5. I did a show with Darius Kennedy and them, Darius, and then. We're all going to hang out, have a good time after the show. They got us a room and everything. It's a little college town. And then we go to a bar, and then I was like, I got to go. Because some girl texted me back here in Waukegan. And I was like, I think I can make it to her house. And it was a 5-hour drive. And then
that's amazing.
I know, dude. I'm so stupid. Amazing how stupid I am. I agree with you. But I remember... I remember I drove back, and she's messaging. She's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just crossing the border. I'm still in Michigan." I'm like, "Oh, I'm in Indiana now." I made great time though, but then she kept like getting out, like, "Oh," the messages started slowing down, and then I was kind of close, 20 minutes away. I was like, "Hello, hello, hello." So it was.
Man.
So I just went to McDonald's. That's how.
Well, solid second option. I know you don't like to talk about it on this show, but it would have helped her stay awake.
Cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine.
No,
exactly.
I don't like women that do drugs.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
I don't like women that do drugs.
Oh, I was.
You like drinking, right? You're a drinker. You're a beer drinker, huh?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's my.
I listened. I liked the podcast. What was the brewery you guys did?
Very nice. Thank you. You always leave nice comments. I appreciate. To me, you say nice things. I appreciate.
No, I joined the podcast.
No, I appreciate that.
I didn't listen to the one with the vegan, but I should.
That's fine. No. That's. I know. You know what's funny though? We had a conversation one day when you're like, I just think it pushes an agenda or something. Like you said, that's just not what you want to hear about a certain episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, very cool. But now every episode you do. At some point, just sit there and think to a second. Is Giovanni going to listen to this one based on the title alone? Every single one of them. We're like, vegan. Nope. Right off the bat.
And my best friend's vegan, and I went to Miami to help him out at a vegan festival, and I talked to him every day, and I help him with his vegan burgers or whatever. Shout out to Vegan Junkie, but I don't think he wants me associated with his business. Fuck, sorry, dude. But
just vegan junkies everywhere, really. Shout out to all of them.
Vegan Junkie, yeah. Shout out to all the vegan junkies. But it was that one. I think it was the climate one. I was like, is she gonna push something? Is she gonna push something?
Yeah. No, but it just made me laugh and think that every episode now I'm just like, will Giovanni give this one a chance based on the title alone?
You guys are still recording, right? But Zooming? Are you Zooming?
We are. We did one. I think we got one coming out. At this point, tomorrow morning. I don't know when this is coming out.
What's the name of your podcast?
It's called What Do We Know with Hari and Jim.
What do we know?
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I don't know. It's a thing that me and a buddy do, and we're comics, and we like to learn about stuff, and it can be funny sometimes, and sometimes we learn stuff, and sometimes just
What's
really
the thing
dumb.
with Hari? He does his little, was it the hot button?
Yeah, he has a dumb segment called Hari's Hot Button, and where he just introduces like the segment, and we don't know how, and it's always janky, and I wish James were in here right now, because James hates it more than anything. Every one of them, like, you hear Hari do the intro,
so and ridiculous.
And then you hear James go, "Oh God," somewhere in the background or something. It is incredibly fun.
And are you and Pat still doing the pod?
Yeah, so we're doing all over the place with Pat McGann, and we're doing that twice a week right now. So that's why I feel bad, but I've been very bad at responding to people. Like I've been pushing back, because I'm just when I'm not working, I'm recording. You know what I mean? So
How are you doing?
That's why it's taking a
2
little
weeks?
longer. Yeah. So
are you still Zooming in that one?
Yeah, we're doing Zoom for that one too.
All right, let me know when you unzoom.
Yeah,
I'll jump back in.
Okay, for sure. That's nice of you. Thank you. No, I get it.
I know. I hate
totally
myself.
Get it.
I hate myself for but then it's like I'm a weirdo for like the like audio when I hear Zoom, and it's like, and you guys I'll still listen to.
You do.
But did you do this? This is just me, and then if I hear something cut out a little bit, I don't know if it's anxiety or something. I freak out. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not gonna happen again, and it makes me nervous.
And it does, and then that's all I think about, or I catch the tick going on in the background, and that's all I want to listen to. But I like hearing this feedback because it's important to know. You know, I mean, you think, oh, it's not that bad, but there are people who are just like, nope, can't handle it.
No, I can't. But
seriously, there's a lot of people like that, right?
Yeah, I can't. I do some Zoomers are like, but it's like James, he asked me, he's like, are you coming in or remote? And I said in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
this is my first time out and about.
I got a sanitizer.
I'd like to use a little more. Sure, thank you.
Wait, let me not touch it. I already touched it. Doesn't matter, right?
I mean, it's going to sanitize. That's the cool thing about what sanitizer does. It sanitizes. I'm sorry. Do you live stream this?
No. I can't. No.
Not for you, for me.
No. Well, this is the thing. I forgot to ask you before. Anything you don't want to talk about was the first thing. That's my only question.
Should we go through the things I want to talk about now? We've already started with one of them. Yeah.
You got any shows coming up? Is it back? Because Pat, I see Pat's. Is it July? He's doing
He's not. I think that. I think they just made the decision not to.
Oh,
okay.
At this point. Okay.
His special is coming out at the end of July. Which I'm very excited for. But yeah, I think that, and I was supposed to do Dr. Grins this weekend, and I got to be honest because I
that's Lansing, right? Lansing, Michigan.
Grand Rapids.
Yeah, same thing. It's not. But.
Okay, it's close though, right? This is. I don't know why I can't use this. So they, I was supposed to do Grand Rapids, and they canceled because they just made the decision to close down for July because there was some concern. And I was like, great. But at the same time, it was my first time I was supposed to headline this club. If they were going to do it, I wasn't going to say no. You know what I mean? And if I felt safe, they were checking temperatures at the door. They were doing what they could. And they were limiting it to like 50 people. And so it was, it was the best situation I could ask for. But then when they canceled, there was a little bit of relief there.
Okay. Have you performed since?
I did one show in Crystal Lake a couple weeks ago, but it was like on a theater stage, and there were 12 people in like the 300-seat theater, and they live streamed it to the rest of their theater audience.
Oh, okay.
So they just had enough people there where you could hear laughter.
Okay.
But you're also 30 feet away from everyone at every moment. Like each comic gets, walks in, gets their microphone and cleaning stuff. You're all on your own. Like the host comes in and intros you after you leave.
Okay.
So really easy, but it felt good again. And it felt good to yell at an audience for not liking a joke again. You know what I mean? And they were great, but it felt good to bomb with something new. And it was different. You can't gauge anything on Zoom.
No.
I've done
You've done Zoom shows? How are those? How are those?
Like anything, it's not just Zoom shows are good or bad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not like bar shows are good or bad. It's how much effort you put into them. Well, some of them, but it's how much effort you put into them, right? I've done some Zoom shows that are pretty great. I've got a corporate tomorrow where they're like, we've got our tech guy ready to go. He'll be, we're going to leave mics on, but if we see any volume, he'll start muting people. We've got some slides with rules ahead of time. You're like, all right, this is going to be pretty close to fun. They know what they're doing. They care about it.
So muting people. So do you hear laughter?
Yeah, a little bit of delay, but they leave. I think it's better when you leave the mics on.
Yeah, right.
I mean, otherwise it's an awful monologue. To me, I don't know. And I talk to people like Kevin Bozeman, who is one of the funniest people on the planet, and he's like, I just do them with the mics off. I know where the laughs are going to be.
But he has that type of confidence.
Oh, he's that good, too, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know where the laughs are going to be, even when I'm doing stuff I've already done 100 times. So, it's a difference.
No, I did one, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I freaked out on the way up
Really?
there. Well, I was at Burlington Coat Factory.
Okay.
And I didn't perform there.
More.
I didn't perform there. And I was walking around with my ex-girlfriend, and I was like, oh shit, I got a show tonight. And I was like, you know what, let me listen to some of the audio. And I was like, oh wait, I forgot that. I forgot. Oh shit. And I kind of freaked out. But then the way up there. But then when I went up there, I put a set list together, went up there. And then when I got on stage, Muscle Memory kind of took over. And I was like, oh, there they are. But on the way driving there, I was like, oh, let me go over these. And I was like, I kept forgetting stuff. But then, I don't know, some being on stage or whatever. And then it was like, oh, okay. And it clicked. Are you working? Have you written when you've been quarantined?
Not as much as I would like to say.
Okay.
Like what happens is right before a show, I'll get some writing in, and I'll sit there and I'll try to write. But if you can't do anything with it, if you can't perform it or anything,
exactly.
like what's the
point?
I'm not gonna walk. I mean, and again, I should still be doing it, and I'm doing it some, but it's not as gratifying.
No.
So you have to do it just for the sake of doing it. But when I have a show coming up, now I'm going through everything I've written. Now I'm working on stuff to have a few new things to be relatable right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then it's like, oh man, I gotta do that more, and then I don't until the next time I have a show again.
Do you guys have any interesting like experts coming up on your podcast?
We're trying to get someone to talk to us about bees. I think
like Mark Wahlberg in that movie, right? Bees were involved, weren't they?
I don't know.
Okay, go
Was
ahead.
Mark Wahlberg and Akilah and the Bee? What movie are we talking about?
There's like leaves moving, right? It was all the bees with M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, I don't know.
The Happening.
Good. Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
Don't.
Okay, I won't then.
James, you seen The Happening? No. Okay, don't. It's really bad.
Right.
Anyways,
You're right. Then.
Okay. You want somebody
I
with
think
bees?
beekeeping. We want to look at beekeeping. I think it's a big thing. Urban beekeeping right now is big. It's an opportunity to talk to someone and if I can get Hari out in a beekeeper suit potentially, make James gear up, and let's make some honey, boys.
What was one of your favorite like episodes on that?
The float
I like
tanks.
the pilot.
Float tanks.
Oh,
Float
you guys
tanks
did the
was
float.
the coolest thing in the world. James hooked us up. James Webb, your producer as well. We were like, we want to talk to someone about this, and he's like, I can put you in touch with someone. And we met with a great company that was really awesome and helpful, and really liked the publicity and talking about it.
Where was it? Where was the place at?
It was Float 60 in River North.
Float 60 in River North. Okay.
And it is such a cool experience, and I swear to God, the transformation that happened to Hari from going in there to coming out of there is one of the. You know what I mean? Where you're like, hey, I don't believe in blah blah blah, but one time this happened. You know what I mean? Like a Bigfoot or something. Like one time that's Hari, where you're like, I'm not sure, and then you go, no wait, Hari, there's something real there, because he was a different dude when he came out of there.
Is he still a different dude? Did he go back?
No, he went back the next day.
Oh,
but it shows you that dude's in there. I mean, like. This guy, we're pretty sure he wore his shoes into the pod. You know what I'm saying? Like
Crocs?
Probably. He probably had a nice pair ready to go, packed away a couple days early. And but he walked out of there like shirt open, like hey dudes. And it was just like, who are you? And it was real. I mean, it was like he was just a different guy. And James is finding a higher God, and stupid old Jim's just swimming in a baby pool. I was just like moving the whole time.
So I went.
It was so much fun. I loved it.
I went to the crash guy, the one in Venice Beach, the one that Rogan talks about.
Okay.
So I went to his because I was going to be in LA, so I was like, you know what? I reached out to him and I scheduled an appointment. It's supposed to be the best tanks, whatever. But I went there and I was sitting there and I was just like, I hate saying this, but I was. How did you go for you? What'd you feel? I was bored, not bored, but man, I felt shitty for not having like a good experience, or not. It wasn't a good, but I felt I should have and I was sitting there and I was just like, I think I tried to napped for a second, and I was like, this shouldn't be happening. Like I should be, exploring my inner something and finding things about myself. And I was just like, maybe it was the things. It was bothering my ear, and I was like, I was kind of bored. I didn't take any drugs. I wanted to take an edible or something, and I was really I don't really like to talk about it on the show, but I feel like that would have been a fun thing to do on cocaine. Hold on.
I don't know much about cocaine, Giovanni. You know that, right? I'm just kidding. I'm not your source.
It's just like a pickup. I don't know. It's not. But to some people, what I'm at, it's not. They're like, I don't know why they're so into it. I don't get. At least for me, maybe it affects me a different way. I don't get why people are so into it, and they are. You know what I mean? Like financially, I see it. They're like really into
about
it.
Their podcasts, they do all kinds of stuff.
But I just do hypothetically when I did allegedly, and the old me before anything. It was like, it wasn't that much. It was just like, or maybe just, do some video editing. And so really, that's it. Like, hypothetically, I can even do it now because of this. I can't even snort anything because of ribs. I can't. I can't. I really can't. You know what I mean? So I'd have to, freebase it.
I'm glad you've thought it through, though. I'm glad you found another avenue if necessary. You'll have to use this freebasing kit I picked up at Walgreens on the way over here. I'm not prepared to do all that.
But that's way too close to smoking crack, so I can't. So it's like, So what? Like I've said before, I'm back to trying to eat healthy, sleep better.
Good.
Because I was using it as a crutch. Like, oh, I could eat shitty food. I'm tired. Oh, here's a pick me up where I can still get stuff done. But it's like allegedly not. But it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Good. I do.
Have you been eating healthy? Have you been working out? I've just gained weight. Damn it.
I'm the only. I mean, I have plenty. It's not hard to lose it, but I've actually lost some weight during the quarantine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
I've been riding a bicycle. Yep.
Outside.
Oh. Outside. I'm going to tell you a weird story because this is one of your most oft seen guests on the show. One day I was going for a bike ride, and I did some things that were legal, and it was like day 3, and I pull up to a red light, and I've got to do that thing where like you got to like shimmy your bike to the side. But it just looks awkward, and like you're just like shimmying your bike to the side, and I'm just looking up, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna know someone. Like that guy looks like Brendan Weaver, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Brendan Weaver. Like in a big green, I kept calling it a garbage truck, but it's like a little green box truck.
Yeah,
and just staring at me, going, oh my god. And then the light turns green, and we both start going the same direction. And he's like yelling out the window, I know where you live now. And I'm yelling, don't you ever come back here. You stay away. As him in this giant green truck and me on the bicycle are just like driving the same direction. And there's a ton of people just like, what is going on right now? This is the weirdest chase we've ever seen. That guy on the bike just looks like he's going to work. That doesn't look like a guy who's working out.
You're not ashamed to ride a bicycle, right?
It's weird.
Okay.
I've gotten weird looks, and I don't know if that's the tassels or the. I swear to God, that didn't set you up for that.
Okay.
That's definitely like if I gave you a question, that would have been the one. I swear to God.
You made one of my bits. You're a bit of mine. You're a bit.
Oh,
You're a bit. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, when we were at, I think maybe it was when you headlined, they had you do a Wednesday headlining at Zany's at the Robes on, right? So then after we were talking, me, you, and I forgot who else, somebody who worked there after the show. And then I was telling you about nonchalantly, normally about how my dad he gave me a Tech 9. I used to keep it under my pillow, right? And yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. And I remember the look you gave me. Like you gave me a look like, oh, that's not normal, right? And that's one of that started this bit. Like you were talking to somebody about childhood, and you realize by the look in their face, like, oh, it's not normal. And when I saw your face, like, oh, it's not, because to me, there's a bunch of things I don't even talk about. I would bring up on stage because it was just, to me, it was par for the course. And then it would take me talking to somebody else, so like, oh, like no, your dad shouldn't give you a loaded Tech 9 pistol when you're 12 to keep under your bed, right? And it's like, and I remember it's like, that's dangerous.
That was St. Charles. I filed a police report that night, so I remember the county we were in. But yeah, that was St. Charles after a show. I do remember that. And there were a few red flags that went off.
Yeah,
where,
I mean, it wasn't.
I'm not the only one with bad parental relationships.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore. Do you get along? Do you still get along with your mom?
Yeah, my mom's great.
Father?
Yeah, he passed away a while back.
Again,
so.
Dude, this is the 4th time I've done this to somebody with a dead parent. Passed away, deceased parent. Right?
That means you've only had 4 guests with a dead parent, so that's not such a bad ratio.
They all had.
It means you're booking well. It means you're booking diverse, and that's nice to see.
But no, yeah. So that's like, I don't know. Do you like guns? I've been talking about guns a lot.
Not. I mean, I want.
You should get a gun guy.
I should get my.
You guys should get a gun guy on. Go to the range. Have you shot? Have you shot before?
We should get. What's your dad up to? Can we get him on the podcast?
No, he got deported. He's in Mexico for a gun charge.
We're zooming though. I know you wouldn't listen, but we're going to zoom it anyway. So it would. You could listen if you decided to. A lot of reasons you might not want to. I get that.
As long as it's not a vegan shooter. Vegans could shoot, dude. Anybody could shoot, dude. Shooting is fun.
That would be the ultimate in my will Giovanni listen to this, is if we had your dad on to talk about guns. Like, on one hand, he hates Zoom. Not sure about his dad. Loves guns.
Yeah. But you guys should go. You should go to the range. You've shot before.
Yeah, I really do enjoy doing that.
You've shot?
Yeah, I really enjoy shooting.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, I do. But I don't I don't have my FOID. I've gone with friends. We normally go over to Indiana, a few places in Illinois. Like as long as one of you has a FOID, the other one come in. But I should get my FOID.
Has Hari shot?
I don't really know. We should ask him that. That's a good question.
Yeah. I want to know if he shot.
Good question.
I
could picture like the kickback, getting after Hari,
like those
you know
videos.
What I mean? Like he's the best dude. I don't, but
What is he? What is he, like $140?
I don't know exactly. Let's call him
5'6".
I don't know. I see somewhere right around there. Yeah, I know he's right around there because he got mad at me for something I said the other day. So yeah, I would guess 5'6".
You attacked his stature?
No, not him. I made a joke on Twitter that I thought was just a very accurate comment about Tom Cruise's height, and whatever.
Okay.
So
have you been approached by Scientology, or
I have not? Thank you for asking.
Well, now
no.
you have it. You recorded an album. You're an upper echelon.
Now, well, they normally wait a couple weeks and then COVID. So they are nothing if not rule followers. So
are you religious?
Not particularly. We were raised. Like started Catholic, then it kind of just became non-denominational Christian, then just kind of became non.
Okay.
Like it just like left. So I'll go on occasion. I go a handful of times a year. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. That was because I did a lot of like Catholic parishes.
Oh,
and it was always like my favorite. Like I never thought about it. It was always just my favorite noise. Like an old girlfriend of mine, like it used to make me giggle every single time. So every time we'd be in church and you're all holding hands, like I would just squeeze her hand right as it was about to happen, and you just hear the. Pss, pss, pss,
look, people don't know. You have a bit where
Yeah.
you're poking fun at when people can't say what. Wait, what is it?
Yeah,
I don't even remember.
Story. Never mind. I can't believe it.
But this is where
Such a
I
nerd.
went to Catholic, Mexican
We
Catholic,
giggled.
so we don't they don't use that word. But recently, I went to something with some white Catholic stuff. I don't know what the hell I went to, and I was there, and I was like, when I heard the trespasses, I was like, the Lord's Prayer, right? They say it somewhere.
Yep.
When everybody says it together, it comes out as trespasses.
It's that S. It's that ridiculous S sound. Yeah.
So, and I remember I heard it, and I thought about you when I was at church. You know what I mean? And I'm not very religious. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I was like militant atheist for like a year, and now I'm just like whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm not that either. I mean, I think of something. I mean, I don't like the idea of using it to blanket terrible behavior. We can do that on our own, But like, but I do think that having something you believe in is awesome. Right? I can't fault anyone for having something that they believe in if it guides them the right way. They're a better person than I am, So I enjoy it. But I don't know that I know who's right and who's wrong. So I like going and listening, and it's like a great TED Talk.
Yeah.
Like it's like a really, like I'll leave a motivational speaker and I'll be like, I'm going to be a better person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you get that Sunday at 10 a.m., Like I'm going to get some coffee and some
cocaine.
some crumb cake first, but then I'm going to go be a much better person for the rest of the day.
Like when I went to church for 3 months for a girl, who ended up having a boyfriend. Anyways, yeah, I know. They got married.
Who wouldn't go to church with her?
Huh?
Who wouldn't go to church with her? And then were you like surrogate?
He showed up at the very end because I heard rumblings. Like my friend was like, dude, she's talking to this guy. And I was like, really? And then the last time I went, I remember I was sitting down. You know how they make you go up and down, right? They do the church squats or whatever.
Yeah.
And they make you go. And so when I'm coming down,
right?
when I'm coming down, the guy was sitting behind me and we bumped heads. I happened to hit somebody's head and I turned around and it was him and the girl, and I was just like, oh, it's the last time I go to church, so I've been since.
Wait a minute, so you were...
Every Sunday I would go with her. I went a few Sundays when she was out of town, and I still went by myself to keep the charade going.
She wasn't with you, though? She was with him that day?
Last time.
So you went by yourself, and you're like, where is she? And then they happened to... Oh, my God.
So I was going with her every Sunday, right? And she would go out of town for work, and one Sunday she wasn't there. And I knew she was going to be there, but it's like I didn't want everybody to know.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's only going for the
right.
Puss. I shouldn't have said that. But
probably. What are we going to do at this point? If anyone's still with us, they deserve that.
Yeah, but I remember I would go and I didn't, and then I went again, and then she was there, and that's the last time I ever went. They got engaged, they got married now, but I'm glad.
Yeah, it worked out for them.
It did, and I'm glad. And I was just like, I went to a few Wednesdays. I took my niece. Ugh, gross. But what I was saying, going back to what I was saying, when I was there after the weird stuff, the singing in the beginning where people cry and it makes me uncomfortable. But during the speech, I don't know, the church speech, I don't know what it's called. There were some good points the guy made.
The headliner, they call it?
Yeah, the headliner, right? When the headliner came out, the Jim Flannigan.
They do. They tell some really good stories, right?
Yeah.
And they
good points. Like some of them, you could use outside of
at
like
its core, like the book is full of some terrible
there's
things,
some good stuff
but
in there,
with really good stories otherwise. Like certainly there's some There's some value in that. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so rest in peace.
To whom?
I don't know.
My dad? Are we going back there? Where are we with this?
My fucking dad. My dad's still alive. Well, yeah, he's alive.
Yours is, and that's good news. But
yeah.
Rub it in.
I gotta.
I'm just kidding.
He just got arrested again. Did I show you the picture when I was? Where you at? When we used to, I'd see Jim a lot. At where's it? It was a Josephine's, little place we practice comedy, right?
Do a little comedy practice there.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. comedy practice at Josephine's.
Yeah. So I remember one day I showed it on stage to everybody. He got arrested like 2 days. There's a picture of him and then like some guns and it's like, really? Like, grow up, Dad. Grow up, Dad. Like, did you not learn? Like, he got arrested for guns. He would message me for money for guns. Like, look at my DMs. It says golden gun. Hey, Giovanni, I want to get this one. And then and it's like, but I think now he's calmed down after the last arrest.
What do you think he uses them for?
Protection.
Okay. All right. He's not doing a good job with them. I feel like it's not protecting him. It's unless he's trying to go to jail to stay protected from something on the outside.
And the worst thing is I got arrested a few years ago for a gun. And I remember when I bought my first gun, my mom's like, "Oh my God, just like your dad. What are you doing?" And I remember I got arrested over a technicality.
Manzana arbol.
Yeah. Wait, ¿qué? Was that Spanish?
Yeah, that's apple tree.
Manzana arbol. Oh yeah.
Manzana arbol.
Yeah, no.
I think
arbol.
I said arbol.
It sounds like bowl, like a bowl,
arbol.
like arbol.
I didn't mean a bowl we share. I didn't mean our bowl. I meant our bowl.
I don't like cereal. It's too carby. But look, I forgot what I was talking about. So you like to gamble, right?
I do on occasion. Thank you. I'm glad we're back here.
Have you been gambling?
I love this. I love this. I want to make that very clear. I am having a great time because I get this brain. That's how mine works.
Yeah, right.
It's just like we'll go here, we'll go there, we'll see what happens, and we don't have to talk about anything. Have you asked me the questions you've asked? What percentage of those are on your list?
Let's see. This is even. I just said you're half Mexican, so first starts with an attack.
Okay. It was.
Where's your dad? That was a failure. We know where he's at.
Man.
Who's your favorite sibling? I don't care. That's not
no,
what they.
Everyone's sibling.
Oh, this is an interesting question. I don't want to get to it now though, because I want to go back to the gambling. Are you a good gambler?
Everyone thinks they're a good gambler. My friends are like, "Well, you're a good gambler. You win a lot and lose a lot." I'm like, "That's not a good gambler. That's not. It's not."
What do you like? Is it the sports? It's.
I'm a blackjack in Vegas guy.
Oh, so you can do math in your head.
I love math.
I'm so scared.
That's my thing. I love math. It's so dumb. Probability and odds and stuff like that are like right up my alley. So I've had some pretty nice runs and some pretty terrible moments, and that's like. Also, being ADHD, you are hyper focused, and I've hit the ATM so many times, So I try to. I mean, I've
gambling
never put
is your strippers. I got it. Okay, for me. Okay.
It just gives me a slightly better chance of coming home with money in my pocket.
Yeah.
But you a much better chance of getting laid. I feel like it's the difference between our two.
But you come. I think I'd rather have the money.
Probably.
Yeah. It's still a rush, though. You know what I mean?
Well, because with the money, you can go get more strippers.
Yeah.
So that would make that. No, I do like to gamble, but I'm not like I don't have to. You know what I mean? Like I'm not online. I'm not like betting on the Korean baseball league because it's available.
I know.
I'm not that.
I know.
Either.
I know those dudes. I'm
not that dude.
Are you friends
either.
with those dudes?
Yeah, I'm friends with some of those dudes, and you distance. It can't lose.
Do you go to the slot places at all or no?
Occasionally, like when I'm hanging with my family and stuff, we'll put a 20 in a machine somewhere, But that too, like if I'm all of a sudden I'm down 60, or we're down 60, and I'm like, well, one more 20 will probably win a lot of that back. Like you start getting those dumb thoughts in your head that aren't.
Yeah,
real.
there's people that they're there all day, and I didn't realize he's been there since 8 a.m.
Right.
And he's been up and down like.
Oh yeah.
He's down $2,000 for the day, and this is the slot place at Zion next to the Sicko gas station, and it's like we have them at the Speedway by my house, but they're back open too, man. They got the screens and everything.
That's crazy.
So
it's crazy. Yeah. No, you just gotta be responsible. I think that's the thing as I get older. I don't want to.
What's the most you've lost in the night?
God, I don't have enough to say this number. It's not, but but because I was in Vegas on a street.
Let's say how you were really high. Okay.
20 grand.
Whoa.
But I'm not, it's not like I have, I'm saying, I was
You were up so much.
And
Okay, yeah.
then,
So it's not like you were like
one night at a high limit table. I still ended that trip up a few $100, but I,
you know that Attell joke when he's the gambling joke. Oh, I forgot. I can't.
Oh God, yeah. Where it's every gambling story, starts the same. I was up $8,000. Next thing you know, I was blowing a guy for a sandwich.
Yeah, there we go.
It's old school. It's classic Dave Attell. No wasted syllables. He's amazing. I'll never forget. I did a show with him at the Improv because he was running late, and they were kind enough to call me in to like do a quick set on the early show while we're waiting for him. And it's like the beginning of January. And he walks off the plane. I walk off stage. The host is bringing him up, and he's like, "Hey, man, thanks a lot for doing this, blah, blah, blah." He walks up on stage like just such a veteran, like walking up to headline a sold-out show without even like stopping to think. Just immediately, "Thanks for doing this. Stick around. Do a set in the late show if you want to. I'll be right back." And goes up there, and it's like the first week of January, and he tells a joke that bombs. And he's like, "It's like they say, new year, new toothbrush." And... out of nowhere, and then just like, but like nothing was happening. Like just saying things to say. I mean, the confidence that man has because he's so good and knows what he can do is incredible. So funny.
Who's like who are your favorites? Like, let's say not now.
Growing up, honestly, Attell.
Attell.
Like Insomniac made me the comedy fan that I was, and then when I saw his Comedy Central half hour. A lot of the same jokes, but then there's a guy who yawns and he's like, "What the hell did you do today? Build a tree house? Come on, this is the most exciting thing you're going to see today," And like he's just, I mean, stuff like that. And I saw he was a Daily Show correspondent a couple times.
Oh, was he?
I mean, Comedy Central had their guys and I was going to say and girls, but at the time it really wasn't. I really think it was mostly, and they would just rotate them.
How it should be.
In. No, not at all. I'm not. I'm poor with any of it.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, like rotating him in and out of every show they could. You know what I mean? But it was weird. Yeah, like you see him pop up. So he's what made me a comedy fan. I mean, I loved Carlin Pryor. When I was a kid, I was a huge Cosby fan, because it's all we were allowed to listen to.
Cosby, yeah.
I mean, he was,
no, he was good.
It was, yeah. It's really, sucks, but I'm not going to, like, pretend he wasn't my favorite as a kid. It was like what we listened to,
No, yeah, Louis is one of my favorites. Attell and Louis.
Yeah.
And when that whole stuff happened, I forgot. I stopped listening to Louis. And then I was like, that stuff was going on. I was like, oh, yeah, Louis. And I put him on Pandora, and I was like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
How good Louis was.
He was. Absolutely.
And I didn't even know Pryor was growing up, I didn't know Pryor was a stand-up comedian. I just saw him in the movies with the white guy.
Mm-hmm. Gene Hackman?
Yes. No, not Gene Hackman.
Or no,
Willy Wonka.
What's
Chocolate
his
Factory.
name?
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder.
Gene
Thank
Wilder,
you so
right.
much. Holy shit.
Gene Wilder, right?
That's half right.
Gene Wilder kind of looks like that lady from Taxi, no? Is it the same person? She kind of looks like that lady from Taxi, no?
Gene Wilder's a man.
I know.
Okay.
But I just they don't they look alike?
But you said then never mind. I just
think they look similar. Like
which one?
Lotka's wife.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I think so.
Oh, okay. All right.
She kind of looks like Gene Wilder, right? That's kind of hot.
All right.
But
which part's hot?
I don't know.
Looking like Gene Wilder is hot?
I like it all.
Or is it hot is Gene Wilder hot because he looks like her?
I don't know.
I can't tell with you. I can't tell with
me either, dude.
People, you proud boys. I'm just kidding.
But no, like whenever I didn't know Pryor was a stand-up until I found out and I heard. But when I got Apple Music a few years ago, I was like, let me listen to some Pryor albums, and I was like, oh. And it's weird because I was hearing stuff like this all relates. This is like, so to me it was Attell, Chris Rock.
Oh my God,
Chris
so amazing.
Rock. Was it Bring the Pain?
That's so amazing.
I was just showing my friend a clip yesterday, the racism clip. It was something about real racism. It was old black guys. I was just showing that clip yesterday. He was like, how is he not getting canceled? Because he feels everybody's going to get canceled. But I was like, look, it's Chris Rock.
Yeah,
not
but
canceling him on this.
First of all, how ahead of this was he? He was out there. This has been a longer issue than I've ever really been able to realize. Like, they made light of it, and you knew it was real, but now that it's coming to the forefront so much more, he was, talking about, rich versus wealthy. Someone shared that clip today, where he's like, we don't have anyone who's wealthy. He's like, Shaq is rich. The white man who signs his check is wealthy. He's like, I'm not talking Oprah. I'm talking about the dude who owns Similac.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
That's
the brothers. I
shouldn't have said that.
It's the titty milk. Yeah, Similac titty milk. That's your sponsor, isn't it?
Formula.
Isn't it? Isn't that your sponsor, Similac titty milk?
Do they lock up the Similac where you live?
I don't know.
Okay, then you probably live in a nice area. What about you? They lock it up by me.
The what?
Formula, baby formula.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, you live in a nice
love
neighborhood.
That you formula. That's how you. That's the sign language is pointing at breasts to formula. I see why you called it titty milk. All right. We're all canceled after this, aren't we? Really?
It's like time is the clock is ticking on me.
It's good to know now. 50 minutes into the episode, could have mentioned this by the by. The podcast is taking a turn. I don't know. I don't go down that aisle. I don't go down that aisle for.
You don't want to have kids?
I don't. I don't.
You don't breastfeed.
I don't shop now for them. I'm not budgeting for them. What do you mean? Like, why would I go down that aisle? You don't want to have kids? Well, yeah, I don't price out formula. I don't.
I don't know why I go down there, but there's stuff. It's close to the condoms, I think. I don't know, but I see it. I think they have them locked up here too. I wear condoms now.
No.
Yeah, I had a pregnancy scare.
Did you? Where'd it go?
I survived.
Congratulations.
But yeah. So, do you want to have kids?
Who listens to this? Who is the target audience? Besides me, I've enjoyed every single episode I've listened to, and we've talked about several. The Brennan Weavers are fantastic. The Brian Johnson is great. I'm serious. It's fantastic. I mean, there's so many good episodes. I'm not caught up on all of them, but every single one of them I've listened to, I've deeply enjoyed.
And Brian, if you're listening, don't let anybody borrow money. That's all I have to say.
Please don't, Brian.
Please.
That's what we're here for. That's the whole point of this show.
Stop getting scammed. By Sony D.
I forget what we were talking about.
We were talking about
your dad.
Huh? That's fucking. I wonder if because I look at the countries, and then I'm always getting downloads in Mexico, and I'm wondering, like, is it my brothers? Because I have two half brothers that I found out about a few years ago, right? And then it's funny. You know what? I was on Facebook the other day, and I saw pictures of him and I guess my stepmom, and I was like, these are pretty old. I was like, this is going on a lot longer than I thought. Right. Typical Mexican double family, blah, blah, blah. You've heard it 1,000 times. But we're talking about Dave Attell prior.
Yeah.
You mentioned another guy.
Wait a minute. You're who do you think they are? Because if it was your dad listening, he'd be like, Giovanni, great episode. Really enjoyed learning more about Brennan. Also, what do you think about this gun? Can I have $1,800? So you'd know if it was him. He would have brought it up.
I wonder if it's the brothers, but they're English, isn't it? I don't know.
I don't know. It could be anybody, dude. That's a great thing that you're getting reach. I mean, random people find it and really enjoy it and keep listening. That's what it's all for, we hope, right?
You get DM'd?
Here and there.
Okay.
Here and there. Not a lot. Nothing,
are they usually
weird.
Positive? We're talking about podcast DMs.
Yeah. No, nothing weird. No one's been a weirdo. All very positive so far. The dumbest thing that ever happened was Pat and I were talking about something that happened in an 85 Bears documentary where Mike Singletary is having like a very serious conversation with Buddy Ryan. And
the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, and they're on Buddy Ryan's farm, and a horse just walks up, and right in the middle of this tearful speech, he looks and goes, "Hi, horsey."
Who says that, Buddy?
Mike Singletary.
Oh, okay.
And then looks right back and goes right back into the... but he had to. It's like "Hi, horsey." And then he turns right back and goes into it. And this is like him and Buddy Ryan's like beautiful goodbye. You know what I mean? Like this is them talking about it one last time because Buddy's really sick.
Oh, he
and
did,
And this
right.
fucking horse just... So a listener reached out and was like, "Hey, I know him and his wife pretty well." She's like, "They're not doing a lot. It's quarantine. You think you want to have Mike Singletary on?" And an hour later, so I'm in Target. This was the first time I'm out during quarantine.
Were you wearing a mask?
I was wearing a mask,
Okay.
and I get a call, and sometimes the iPhone will just tell you the caller's name, even if they're not in your caller ID.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a California number, and I'm like, Kimberly Singletary. And I'm like, oh, shit, I have to take this. In Target, like a week into COVID. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, hello. And we like to talk to Mike, and but he was awesome. He came on, he told us about the story, told us a bunch of stories. He said hi.
Is this one out?
Yeah, this was like episode 6.
Where the
You're
fuck am
doing
I?
great.
Oh my god. Dude. No, it's not. It's not episode 6.
It's 5 or 6. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kidding. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
It doesn't.
but it's
But
not.
yeah, it really
I'll
is.
take it.
It's something early. But it was anyway. He was just the nicest dude, and he just came on and talked to us, and it was great. But it was very just someone randomly happened to know Mike Singletary. And I'm texting Pat, and I'm like, we should get Mike Singletary on the show. And he's like, we should. And I'm like, no, seriously, like tomorrow at 3.
Oh, on that one. I'm thinking of, I was mixing up podcasts in my head. Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry.
What-
That was a different one.
What would we, oh, fuck, I always fuck this up.
What do we know?
What do we know?
On
Right?
Hari and Jeff.
Oh, God, dude, my apologies. I always fuck it up. And
It's okay. Don't ever apologize.
There's some things I should apologize
Not for that. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
don't
I was
waste
like, wait,
them.
hold on,
Don't
dude.
waste them there. Is
Okay,
what I meant.
okay, that's a
Joe
good point. Yeah, because
You've got some.
I've been apologizing a lot the last few weeks, but
Me
it's
too.
working, right? It's
Apologize
working.
a ton.
Who do you apologize to?
Everyone.
Oh.
I'm trying to
What are your-
cut back on how much I apologize. Make them more.
What are your shortcomings?
A lot. Anxiety.
Are you more organized now?
You
we
got
talked
a minute?
about that
We
book.
got some time. How much time do we have left?
We talked about that book.
Yeah, getting stuff done.
So
yeah.
this is a controversial book. I didn't know it was controversial.
I didn't know it was controversial either.
So getting stuff done. This book that
Hari always recommends, that David Allen book about.
Yeah.
So I guess this book, the people around the book, we'll call it the cult of the book, is what Artie Lang is saying changed the whole dynamic at Howard Stern, which I didn't even know about this until I was just watching a bunch of Artie Lang stuff. So
you sent me that.
That lady. So that
that lady. That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot about the Artie connection. That's what I was
So
like,
Artie, so basically saying like, look, Stern's not the same. It's changed ever since this lady came in and changed everything up. And she is like not a subject, but she's under the umbrella of, what's that guy's name again? The book writer?
Oh, David Brown.
David Brown. So I was going to actually, when you guys talking about book organization and its goal setting and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I like that episode.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm unorganized, and I was like, I'm going to listen to this, and it was on my list, and now it got cut off because I was like, is this culty? I don't know, and I freaked out.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you
I really
just
like
listened to
it,
a little
though.
bit. Did you listen to the whole thing?
I've listened to most of it. I rarely finish books. I really don't. I'm terrible
Audio?
at that.
You do
Yeah.
audio?
Oh, yeah. So I listened to most of it, and it's helped me prioritize lists, put lists in different places for different things. I like to listen to a book a couple times, try and see if osmosis helps a touch.
I should.
Yeah. I should go back and finish that. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You know what? I'll listen to it on the way home after I
Yes.
finish listening to my album.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
James Webb
When is-
just sent me the sample of.
Is there any timelines on that
Sounds
or no?
really good. This fall. Real quick, it sounds really good. If any comics ever want to record anything, James Webb. is
Shout
the
out to
best.
James.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, probably the fall. To be very honest, a couple people want to hear it, see if they want anything to do with it, and then we figure it out from there.
Okay.
It's funny
Oh,
because
you're
the
shopping it out?
timeline. I don't know if I would really call
Okay.
it that, but some labels were nice
I
enough.
was just excited to use that industry
No,
term.
oh God.
Sorry.
I didn't know it was an industry. Well, I was
okay.
shopping it out. That's what I'm doing. I'm shopping it out right
You're a
now.
pro.
See who wants it. It'll probably be no one, but we're shopping it out. No. Yeah, but so we'll see where it goes. And it sounds great. The crowds were amazing. I can't thank you for being there. It meant a lot. It was very cool to see the support of. I went
with a girl.
I know. But there were some other people we knew at the same time. There at the same time. We all took a picture, right? Yeah. How things go with that girl? No.
She's
Go figure. What happened?
Because I've been trying to. You know what's funny? I've been trying to get back with my ex-girlfriend. So 2 weeks ago or something, I finally told her like, hey, this is how I feel. I want to work things out. Do what you got to do. Because I think she had a boyfriend at the time. I don't know what's going on now. But that girl, I stopped talking to that girl. I felt okay at that time. I felt okay because my ex-girlfriend had a boyfriend. At that time, I felt okay talking to women that I was probably just going to sleep with, right? But this girl, the one I brought, there was potential to be more there, but then quarantine did hit, obviously, so whatever.
Sorry.
I was like, fuck, man. You were 2 weeks, whatever. Anyways, I know, like, there's a sweet spot, right?
It really is.
It was like, oh, if it would have hit a little bit before, I was like, oh, you're in the rotation. But then now,
After, not the right timing.
Yeah. So then, but now it's funny because on the way, all right, now I'm airing too much information. But basically, where I'm at now is, she's no, right? But it's not because it was anything. It was more quarantine hit. Couldn't hang out.
Do you still talk to her?
No.
Does she listen to the podcast?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I hope not.
Hit them up. Or I am also now single, and if I was very
Hit
funny,
up Jim. Hit up Jim. Don't hit me up.
Hit me up.
Like I'm not
Just kidding. I would never.
No. Because I told my ex-girlfriend 2 weeks ago, hey, I'm not. Do what you got to do. Take your time, but I'm not talking to any women. So I'm not DMing women. I'm not doing my little tricks, my little likes where I like their story, and then they like, and then I get in and blah blah blah. I'm not doing any of that. Like
I don't know if that's a trick anymore. I don't know. I think that is flirting.
Creep trips.
It is.
But but it's like a girl messaged me the other day, but she messaged me recently, and she's like, oh, how have things been? And I was like, oh, I responded, and I was like, hey, you want a podcast sticker? And she's like, oh, she gave me her address, and then I'm gonna send her a sticker, but her address.
Like, so I showed up, and I was like, hey, here's your podcast sticker.
But her address is really close to where I live. The old me, which before I told my ex-girlfriend, hey, I'm not talking to girls, would have been like, oh, we're in the same neighborhood. You know what I mean? Put it in her head, plant the seed, like we could be sleeping with each other within 3 weeks, you know, if you play your cards right. Or if I do, really, idiot. But no, it's like not. It's inappropriate. So I'm not DMing any women. I'm not liking anything. So I've been, I feel I've been behaving, right? I've been behaving. So if I have any urges, I'll just eat a lot of shitty food or pay for somebody's OnlyFans or pay for porn.
Support industry workers. There you go.
Yeah,
all right, good. What's the end result of this for you? It's good, right? This is positive behavior. That's
yes.
good. But what's do you believe that this might bring you and your ex back together?
Yes.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
I hope it does.
Yeah, I think slowly, but I just got to prove that, hey, look, I'm not this out of control person I was, you know, because we were together. I was really out of control. Like the last few years that you've met me, I've been light, you know, here and there.
Yeah, you've been Giovanni light.
Yeah, Giovanni light. But I was an
Mm-hmm.
animal, right?
You were Giovanni heavy.
yeah.
You were Giovanni.
But now
dark.
I am heavier physically.
I didn't mean that. I meant like beer, like Bud Light and Bud Heavy.
Bud.
You know, or Amstel. It's okay. It's fine.
Stoli chasing. Stoli. The night I got peed on allegedly, I was Stoli. Chased with Miller High Life because I was like, oh, this is a good chaser, right? Because it's like I felt like I'm knocking out two birds with one stone, and then I got paint on me, and my friends allegedly peed on me.
Oh, all right. Well,
got any plugs?
Are they still? Probably not. Got any plugs? That's the best. That's the best. Could not have asked for a better way for that to go. This is so fun.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on, dude. I was excited.
I'm excited to be here sincerely.
Yeah.
And I always enjoy our conversations wherever they go.
Yeah.
Which is everywhere.
Yeah.
I have a couple podcasts.
Yeah, plug those.
What Do We Know with Hari and Jim, and I'm Pat McGann's co-host on All Over the Place with Pat McGann. And I'm at Jimmy Flan on social media. And thanks so much.
Yeah. And then what do I what am I Instagram? The Lobo Den Podcast. Like, subscribe, listen. If you like, message me. I'll send you a sticker, right? I'm not going to go to your house, right? I just mail them. It's easier.
But he will tell you the proximity.
I didn't tell her. I didn't because I felt it was inappropriate, right? I was like, you know what?
You.
Like, no, this is not right. And what else? I want to do this. I got to set up this email, but I got to see if I have an Office 360. I don't know. Technical stuff that people don't need to know. But basically, I want to ask Lobo Den so people could ask me questions. Right now, just DM me, and I'll be professional. I have to be. It's part of my rules. And then I have gear coming, I guess. I don't know. Look, I'm wearing a shirt.
That's awesome. Looks great.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Stay professional.
Right next to the
You're doing it, buddy.
just ruined it there.
James just dying in the background.
Okay, all right. There, that's it. Lobo Den. Cut it. We're done.
Bye.
Lobo Den.